The movie Malyari is #1 on Netflix this week, and people have been asking for a video on Juan Severino Malyari. Unfortunately, scholarly sources are scarce, so I don't have enough materials to do a video on him. But I can do one on the other historical priest played by Piolo Pascual. It's June 29, and today in Philippine history, Pedro Pelaez was born in 1812 in Pagsanghan, Laguna. This was only 8 years after Father Malyari was hanged in Manila for murder. Pedro's father was Jose Pelaez, a Spanish alcalde mayor of Laguna, born in Asturias, Spain, and a Manileña, Josefa Sebastian. Pedro was orphaned in 1823 and he was taken in by the Dominican friars. Pelaez studied at the Colegio de San Juan de Letran and then the University of Santo Tomas to finish his studies for the priesthood. Father Pelaez became a secular priest who served at the Manila Cathedral and was the administrator of the Manila Archdiocese. He also taught theology at UST. In 1849, a royal decree transferred the management of parishes from the secular Filipino clergy to the orders of the Recollects and Dominicans. Father Pelaez and other seculars like Father Mariano Gomez called for the return of the control of Philippine parishes to Filipino seculars who were doing a good job, or at least that was the argument. Father Pelaez was well-versed in canon law. He published anonymously a long formal protest titled El Clero Filipino in a Spanish newspaper, El Clamor Público, in 1850. In 1861, instead of the cancellation of the royal decree, the seculars lost further parishes when the Jesuits returned to the Philippines in 1861. Father Pelaez co-founded El Católico Filipino, the first religious newspaper in the country, in 1862, where he published his progressive thoughts on being a Filipino Catholic. As dramatically portrayed in the movie Gomburza, Father Pelaez died in the collapse of the Manila Cathedral during an earthquake in 1863. Father Pelaez was so eloquent in the pulpit that an anthology of 38 of his most famous oratories was published in Madrid in 1869 called Colección de Sermones. 11 years after his death, Father Pelaez's friend, Father Mariano Gomez, his successor as the champion of the Filipino seculars, Father Jose Burgos, and his student, Father Jacinto Zamora, were charged with treason and sedition, sentenced to death, and died as martyrs of a nation in its infancy. Had he been alive at this time, it is very likely that Father Pelaez would have met the same fate. Considered as the godfather of the Philippine Revolution, Father Pedro Pelaez is also a candidate for beatification. An elementary school in Manila was named in his honor. Father Pedro Pelaez deserves to be known by this generation. He deserves a place among our nation's greatest patriots. O, diba?
Meow meow.